deep. American girls, American guys will always stand up a salute, will always recognize we've seen old glory flying. There are a lot of men dead, so we can sleep at peace at night when we lay down our head. My daddy served in the army, he lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our yard to the day that he died. He wanted my mother, my brother, my sister and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. Now this nation that I love is falling under attack. That mighty sucker punch came flying in the front, somewhere in the back. Soon as we could see clearly through our bright black eye, man, we lit up your world like it was the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name on the top of his list. The Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and there's gonna be hell. When you and Mother Freedom start ringing her bell, you'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. All brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Oh, justice will be served and the battle will rage. This big dog will fight when you rattle his cage, and you'll be sorry that you messed with the U.S. of A. Go put a boot in your ass, it's the American way. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list. And the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and there's gonna be hell. When you and Mother Freedom start ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. All brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Oh. Ow, that fucking hurt. I didn't draw it up that way. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. Of course, you're watching Football Mania, an inside look at fantasy football through the eyes of our league, Football Mania, the most competitive football league, fantasy football league in all the world. And you'll have to forgive me, I'm your host, Chris Leslie. Our night to usually do this is Tuesdays, and we have not made one Tuesday night broadcast. You'll have to forgive me because I've been feeling just a slight bit under the weather this week. So before we get full-fledged into week 3, I thought I would get us up to speed on week 2, take a look and preview week 3 so that we could at least stay on schedule. So without any further ado, we will go ahead and get started on that right now. First off, fat blonde chicken and midget against my team, the Gaping Kardashians. You guys had a pretty good idea of how that one went. I won 114-92, courtesy of Reggie Bush with 31 points. The next game, I got cheated versus Fear the Reaper. I got cheated, scoring a whopping 137 points, and soundly defeating Fear the Reaper by a score of 137-68. Both those teams are now 1-1. I'm 1-1, and Fat Blonde Chicken and Midget is 0-2. Moving on, Two Mannings, One Cup soundly defeated the Dumpster Divers in a pretty low-scoring affair by a score of 87-70, and that puts both of those teams at 1-1. and Frisco Ballers goes down to all legs and no arms. Battle of two previously undefeated teams. Frisco Ballers moves down to 1-1, and all legs and no arms moves up to 2-2, and is tied for first place with our former defending champion, Rippin' and a Tearin', who defeated Linwood Silicone Pillows by a score of 98-86. So, I just said a mouthful there. But basically, that gives you an idea. We have two teams that are 2-0. We have one team that's 0-2, and then the rest of them are all 1-1. So what we'll do now is take a look at the standings and tell you where everybody sits, and as far as their points are concerned. Let's see. Yeah. So first place, Rippin' and Tearin'. Second place, all legs and no arms. Third place, I Got Cheated. Fourth place, Frisco Ballers. Fifth place, the Gaping Kardashians, that's me. And sixth place, Fear the Reaper. Seventh place, Two Mannings, One Cup. Eighth place, Dumpster Divers. Ninth place, Fat Blonde Chick and a Midget. And 10th place, Linwood Silicone Pillows. Here's how it looks in points. Rippin' and a Tearin' with 220. All legs, no arms with 204. I Got Cheated with 210. Frisco Ballers 203. Gaping Kardashians 200. Fear the Reaper 173. Two Mannings, One Cup 153. And that is the same as the Dumpster Divers with 153. Fat Blonde Chick and a Midget 173. And Linwood Silicone Pillows 164 points. So that's where we stand as far as week 2 is concerned. The champion is pulling away once again, and then much of like what happened last year, we have another team that's 2-0, and so those two teams are getting off to a real good start. As I mentioned, the week 3 is already underway, and as a result of that, just 1 second here while I check on that awful recording. I've never tried that song before, and it was just pretty brutal. Dead air, dead air, dead air. Let's see. I'm not feeling this show anyways, just to warn you ahead of time. So, I might be just doing this just to do it, just to say that it's done and get it out of the way. Week 3 is not looking kind for me. I'm getting my ass absolutely killed by Two Mannings, One Cup. We're both 1-1 right now, but he already is up to a pretty healthy score, 52-8. As you know, there was a game last night, which was the Giants and the Carolina Panthers. He had 3 players going in that game, and I had 2 players going in that game. Now, here's some things worth mentioning. Here, the matchups as far as player by player, we have Eli Manning, who scored 15 points last night, not really lighting the world on fire, against Tom Brady, but he hasn't been really lighting the world on fire either, and he'll be at Baltimore this weekend, so that could be another tough matchup. Another interesting matchup is Marshawn Lynch for the Seahawks going against Green Bay on Monday night versus Reggie Bush, who has the New York Jets on Sunday. So Reggie Bush was the savior who came away with 31 points last week. It'd be really hard to imagine that happening this week against a New York Jet defense. Interestingly enough, not only is my fate somewhat tied to Marshawn Lynch, as he is my opponent's starting running back, but I also have the Green Bay defense, so definitely going to be rooting against Marshawn Lynch this week. As you might have caught last week, there were some injuries that kind of plagued my team, and as a result, I'll be starting Ben Tate, the backup. Or
okay.
Hold on a second. This asshole is breaking into our broadcast.
Do people still? Will you come to the Annapolis Valley next summer? Yeah.
Shut up, fucking Eric Balfour, who the fuck you are. somebody on Ustream that is fucking on right now, and I don't want to hear him when I'm trying to do my show. Anyways, let's get through this matchup here. Ben Tate going against Alfred Morris for the Redskins. Now, Ben Tate had 21 points coming off the bench last week, and I didn't have him in. And he actually outdid Arian Foster by 1 point. So if he could get it, I'm going to need a big performance from him once again if I'm going to have any chance. Now this one really hurt. Ruben Randall, this guy kind of took a chance on in the draft, kind of a third, fourth string wide receiver for the Giants. They had 2 wide receivers out last night, and I decided not to go with him, but I changed my mind at the last minute. I bought into the hype. I did what I said I wouldn't do, which was be impulsive. I made an impulsive decision, thinking, maybe he'll have a big night. Let's capitalize on it. And that bit me in the butt. He had 1 catch for 4 yards, nothing. Now, compare that to Andre Brown, the backup to Ahmad Bradshaw, my running back, who is injured. 113 yards, 2 touchdowns for 24 fantasy points. So, nearly half of his points right there came from one player. 24 points. I have to give 2 Mannings, 1 Cup. I have to give him some credit for picking that guy up. That was a savvy move. He picked him up off of waivers, and it paid off huge. And it's probably going to result in my second defeat of the year, which definitely not too excited about that whatsoever, to say the least. But it's okay. As someone in one of my other fantasy leagues had named their team, slow and steady wins the race. This is so horrible. I just want to hear it. I didn't know this song very well. Did you tell? My dad is served in the army. He lost his right eye, but it flew flying out in our yard. Alright, I heard enough. I like that song, and it sounds good when I'm just singing it to myself, but when I actually hear myself singing it, although if I learned that song, I think I could do pretty well on it, so all's not lost. Let's see here. Okay, get back to this matchup. So yeah, he paid huge dividends for him. Now, kind of a bright spot, Steve Smith, I had him going last night for Carolina. He didn't light the world on fire, but he somehow managed to scrap out 86 yards for 8 points, hence my 8 points, which under the circumstances last night, I'm pretty lucky. He's going against Deshaun Jackson, who is playing against Arizona this week, so we'll see how that one pans out. Mike Wallace, I have him, but he's playing against Oakland this weekend, going against his other wide receiver, Stephen Hill, who is at Miami. And then tight ends, Rob Gronkowski, which is usually always going to win the tight end matchup. He's also at Baltimore this week, just like Tom Brady, and he has to try and match the 13 points put up last night by Martellus Bennett, who is another waiver acquisition for Jack, or the owner of 2 Mannings, 1 Cup on the waiver wire. So you got to give him credit for doing that this week. 2 big pickups for him: Andre Brown and Martellus Bennett. 24 and 13, so that's 37 points that he grabbed right off the waiver wire, and it's coming back to hurt me. Then the Green Bay defense, of course, at Seattle on Monday night against Chicago's defense, which is playing St. Louis, so I almost feel like he probably has the edge there. And then Nate Kading and Justin Tucker, so who knows. But the bottom line is that I'm going to need a big game from my guys like Reggie Bush, Tom Brady, Gronkowski, and Arian Foster. Sorry, Ben Tate. What was I thinking? So that's that matchup. Now we'll get into the next matchup, which is Fear the Reaper versus the Dumpster Divers. And right now that's just 6-0. I'm going to queue up another recording, so just give me a second here. And I think we left off on page 4, maybe. Let's see. This broadcast sucks, but yeah, we're on page 5, sorry. Huh. We'll move it on to page 6. Fuck. Huh. Page 7. Wow. Page 8. Fuck it, I'm tired of looking. I'm gonna sing a fucking Merle Haggard song that I don't know. And it's called Here Comes the Freedom Train. It must be about when he got out of prison. Alright, so, anyways, y'all know how to get in touch with us. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Yep. Back to this matchup. Fear the Reaper, who's 1-1 against the Dumpster Divers, who's also 1-1. The Dumpster Divers leads that by a score of 6-0, but he only got 4 points from Victor Cruz and 2 points from Brandon LaFell. So he's projected for 82 points, and Fear the Reaper's projected for 132 points. If you want to look at the matchups here real quick, you've got Drew Brees versus Matthew Stafford. Pretty good one. Brees going against Kansas City. Stafford's going against Tennessee. I give the advantage to Brees. Darren McFadden playing against Pittsburgh, going against Sproles, who's going against Kansas City. I look for McFadden to have a big game this week. Doug Martin for Tampa Bay going against Dallas versus Jamal Charles. I'm going to say Doug Martin, advantage there. Stephen Ridley versus Brandon LaFell in the flex spot. I like Ridley there. Antonio Brown versus Dez Bryant. Pittsburgh's going against Oakland, and Dallas is against Tampa Bay. I like Antonio Brown there. And then Julio Jones, I think he can outdo the 4 points put up by Victor Cruz. Jimmy Graham going against the Chiefs versus Scott Chandler at Cleveland. I like Jimmy Graham. And then the Cardinals defense versus the Eagles defense in a head-to-head matchup. Eagles defense is pretty irate on paper, but the Cardinals defense has been looking pretty good lately, so we'll see. I'll call that a push. And then Greg Zuerlein, this kicker who's been lighting it up for St. Louis with 12 and 13 point performances in the first 2 weeks of the season, versus Matt Bryant, the Atlanta kicker, going against San Diego. I like the St. Louis kicker there. So that's that matchup. And then where's the league scoreboard? Well, next matchup we'll take a look at is All Arms and No Legs, who's undefeated, going against the 1-1 I Got Cheated, who scored just like 137 points last night. So, without any further ado, let's sing this song that I picked that I know nothing about. Why did I do this show? America, here comes the freedom train. All aboard America, here comes the freedom train. Freedom train is rolling down 200 yards of tracks. 200 years of glory, never to turn back. The train is called America, your ticket is a dream. That lit the torch of freedom for the world to see. She left the nation in Lexington in 1766 and rode to Philadelphia where Liberty Hall was fixed. George Washington was the engineer, John Adams shoveled coal, then Franklin punched the tickets and Thomas Jefferson added soul. All aboard America, here comes the freedom train. All aboard America, here comes freedom train. She rode New Orleans in the Battle of 1812. With O'Leary and throttle, she drove the British out. The freedom train's a fine train, the toughest in the world to see. Her whistle blows for liberty with a mighty inner stream. Well, squads of sweaty Pittsburgh rolled across the Mississippi, from Texas to Missouri on one real exciting trip. Then bang, the track was broken, smashed by a cannonball. Blue and gray divided with the nation stand to fall. All aboard America, here comes the freedom train. All aboard America, here comes the freedom train. When honest George stepped into the cabin, the wheels began to roll. The freedom train must never stop, the republic never fold. The bloody fields of Gettysburg and the tears in his eyes. As she drove the train with fury, the freedom train survived. Again the train rolled westward to California shore, to the deserts of the prairies, even on low and the poor. This Atlantic Pacific, she rolled the rail with pride. She traveled back to glory with the good Lord by her side. All aboard America, here comes the freedom train. All aboard America, the freedom train. Well, there's much more to the story, like Wilson Roosevelt. They left the train to cheer men who stacked them mighty well. Then Dwight D. Eisenhower, and every day we sang. Two brothers known as Kennedy and Martin Luther King. And still the train rolls forward over history's rugged trail. And the drain lands beneath the rail. And you can idle along and stoke the freedom fire. We stand tall, America, all know from the empire. All aboard America, here comes freedom train. All aboard America, here comes the freedom train. Ooh. Fuck. That sucked. That sucked balls. Alright, I don't even know what to do now. This sucks. And we're only like not even halfway done. Uh-oh, mom's home. This will be nice. Alright, getting back to the matchups between all legs and no arms. So, all legs and no arms, 2-0 versus I got cheated, 1-1. So far, this one is 9-0. Cam Newton only got 9 points for I got cheated last night. And
Hi, Chris.
hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. All legs and no arms has RG3 going against Cincinnati, so he's been pretty good this year. Willis McGahee for Denver against Ray Rice for Baltimore. Denver playing against a tough Texans defense while Ray Rice goes against New England. I like probably Ray Rice in that one. Frank Gore at Minnesota going against Trent Richardson going against Buffalo. No idea how that's going to go either way. Danny Amendola, the waiver pickup, who's certainly been probably at the top of everybody's waiver picks this week with his huge day last week, is at Chicago in the Sunday night game against Reggie Wayne for Indianapolis. I'll probably go with Amendola there. And then Calvin Johnson versus Wes Welker. Pretty much Calvin Johnson. Dwayne Bowe going against New Orleans versus Vincent Jackson at Dallas. Probably Dwayne Bowe. And Tony Gonzalez at San Diego versus Antonio Gates. So two tight ends playing each other in the same game, playing each other in the same matchup in fantasy football. I like Antonio Gates just because I like him better. That's probably a biased prediction on my part.
It's Friday.
And then the 49ers defense going against Minnesota versus the Seattle defense going against Green Bay. I'll probably like the 49er defense in that one. And then Steven Gostkowski versus New England, or versus Baltimore versus Jason Hanson going against Tennessee. So that's probably going to be Jason Hanson. And projections here, projected to be pretty close, 101 to 94, all legs and no arms. And I would kind of think that he's going to have an advantage given that poor performance by his quarterback, Cam Newton. So that's that matchup. The next one is ripping and tearing, undefeated, going against the 1-1 Frisco Ballers. We're going to get into that in just a sec.
I feel like a pizza. How was your day?
Fine, how was yours?
Oh, busy. God, I'm telling you, busy. So it's not cold in here.
No.
I delivered my bed between 3 and 5:30 tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, ripping and tearing is projected to score 114. Wow. The Frisco Ballers is projected to score 99. At this point,
Vacuum.
what?
Vacuum.
No.
Oh.
At this point, no one has played for either. No one has played for either side, and so that's pretty much the way it stands. Matt Ryan against Aaron Rodgers. I like Aaron Rodgers. Donald Brown versus Steven Jackson. Really tough to say because Steven Jackson's health is kind of in question. Arian Foster against Pierre Thomas. Arian Foster, obviously. Houston's at Denver, and Pierre Thomas going against Kansas City. Ben Jarvis Green Ellis at Washington versus Miles Austin in a flex spot. Probably Ben Jarvis Green Ellis. And then Roddy White at San Diego versus Andre Johnson at Denver. Probably Roddy White. He's having a pretty good year. Maybe he'll be traded for MJD later this year. And then Selleck versus Vernon Davis, tight end spot. Definitely going to go with Vernon Davis here because Selleck has a tougher matchup going against Arizona's defense than Davis, who's playing against Minnesota. Defensively, this is a good defensive battle, the Jets versus the Texans.
Bed tonight after.
What?
We'll do the bed tonight when you're all done.
What bed?
Well, we gotta take that old one out of your room,
Uh-huh.
because they're gonna haul that one away, and put the queen in there.
So where are you going to sleep?
Or we can do it in the morning, I guess.
Yeah, because if we did it then, you wouldn't have a place
Yeah,
to sleep.
but do you wanna get up early in the morning and do it, like about 7?
What time are they going to be here?
Well, they say between 3 and 5, but they could always
How
come.
hard is that bed that you got to move?
Not very hard.
Okay, then why are we going to get up that early to do it?
Okay. That's fine, you don't have to get up that early.
Alright.
But I don't, let's see, I just wanna see if we might have to rearrange this room in here. Your room. You think this queen will fit here without being in the way of the door?
I'll measure it.
Yeah, 'cause I don't want it right against the wall.
Alright.
Those are the new jeans I got you?
Yeah.
Here.
I know, I'll take them off.
You got that?
I know.
Oh, okay. I'll leave you alone.
Okay.
Oh, I feel like pizza, but there's only one left.
You can have it. I've had more than my share.
No.
Mom, honestly.
I can't have the whole pizza.
Yes, you can. Have
Really?
It. Yeah. And if you
No.
don't eat it, I'll just save it for later.
Well,
I won't eat it.
yeah, you can. We'll get some more.
No, you can eat it.
I just feel like having some.
Eat it. Yeah. Trust me. I had a lot of them. Okay. David Akers versus Rob Baronis. Who cares? I
We'll
just
get
don't.
some more.
I don't know if I can even believe that Ribbon and Taryn can lose. I think he's becoming mythical, like a fucking monster that lives under the bed. This fucking sucked.
What sucks?
The song I sang.
Oh.
Sorry. Remember I'm broadcasting.
Oh, never mind. I don't want to be on the radio or anything. So.
You're fine.
I should eat pizza.
Why not?
This just sounds good.
Do it.
No, I'll share it with you.
I don't want any. I already had a lot.
Well, no, I text Nick and then he finally texted me back.
Oh yeah?
How long does it cook for? Chris?
Just keep an eye on it. I don't know. I just always eyeball it. Okay. So how many more matchups are there to look at? One more matchup. Linwood Silicone Pillows versus Fat Blonde Chicken and Midget. This is an important game for both of these guys. There are two 0-2 teams. This is a battle of the 0-2 teams, but one of these guys will be really screwed at 0-3. One of these guys will be 1-2, which might also be where a lot of us are going to be. And let me just check this here. Yeah, 1-2. There's going to be at least two. There could be 4 or 5 1-2 teams, depending on how things go. But there will be at least guaranteed 1, 2,
I'll just have one piece.
3. There will be guaranteed 3 1-2 teams after this week. 1 0-3 team, and then who knows beyond that? It could go either way. So let me just find another song before we go back into this matchup. Fuck. Page 6. I suck at this fucking
I'm
song.
glad you're feeling better. Huh?
Not so much. I'm just trying.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
Things aren't going well, huh?
Alright. I picked another song, but it fucking sucks. Alright. Linwood Silicone Pillows 0-2 against Fat Blonde Chicken and Midget. They're both 0-2 as well. Ben Roethlisberger versus Michael Vick. I'm going to take Roethlisberger in this one because he's going against Oakland and Michael Vick is at Arizona. I think the Eagles are going to be in for a rude awakening. MJD at Indianapolis versus LaShawn McCoy at Arizona. Again, I like MJD there, regardless of those matchups, but especially in light of them. Sean Green at Miami versus DeMarco Murray, Tampa Bay. Let's go with Sean Green. And Adrian Peterson versus CJ Spiller. Probably CJ Spiller, as he's playing against Cleveland, and Adrian Peterson is going against San Francisco. Getting back into the other matchups, Marcus Colston versus Larry Fitzgerald. Marcus Colston versus I like Fitzgerald in that one, especially after his bad week this last week. Kenny Britt versus AJ Green. I like AJ Green. Tight end matchup, Jason Witten at Tampa Bay versus Jermichael Finley at Seattle. I'm going to go with Jermichael Finley. And the Lions defense versus the Bengals defense. The Lions against Tennessee, I'm going to go with the Lions defense as the Bengals are having to contend with RG3. Kicker-wise, you got Sebastian Janikowski going against Pittsburgh versus Mason Crosby going against Seattle. Probably go with Janikowski there. And so even though Linwood Silicone Pillows is projected only 95 points, and Fat Blonde Chicken and Midget is projected 117, I think that the projectors are not giving the Arizona Cardinal defense enough respect. I think that is probably why. So I'm going to get a quick splash of water and then I'll sing another song.
I'm not so hungry.
Because you just got off work.
So is this what you were waiting for?
Yeah, it's over on, if you want to look at it, it's on the table.
Oh, nice.
But I'll probably want to put it in the frame just to protect it.
Well, sure. Yes. Well, way to go. Congratulations. Well, you know I gave you $100.
Appreciate it.
Here's your mail for today.
Thank you.
Hey, I forgot about Don's party. I already got plans for tomorrow.
Oh, when's that? Tomorrow?
Yeah, that's okay. We'll get him a gag gift and take it over to him later. Unless, are you going?
No. Whew, shit.
You want to go to my aunt's going away party on Sunday?
No, thank you. Keep great season on a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sights grew dim. I had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway, I heard the mission bell, and I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. Then she lit up a candle, and she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor, thought I heard them say, welcome to Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Any time of year you can find it here. Her mind is cheerfully twisted. She got a Mercedes Benz. She's got a lot of pretty, pretty boys who she calls friends. How they dance in the cold yard, sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. So I called up the captain, please bring me my wine. He said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. And still those voices are calling from far away. They wake you up in the middle of the night just to hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place. Living it up at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise. Bring your alibis. Mirrors on the ceiling, the pink champagne on ice. And she said, we're all just prisoners here of our own device. And in the master's chambers, they gathered for their feast. They stabbed it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. The last thing I remember, I was running for the door. I had to find a passage back to the place I was before. Relax, said the night man, you have a program to receive. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
You know the Eagles are going to be playing in Vegas?
Just like the rest of this show, awful. Only just over 15 minutes left to go, so hopefully it'll go quick.
Freak. Freak. I can eat pizza that's a lot worse for you than this one, huh?
Yeah. So there's not much more going on in the fantasy football up to this point. And I'm just waiting for this, what do you call it? This recording to get done and maybe sing one or two more before we call this shit can of a show good.
Gotta get some more of those. Yeah, I saved you some, Chris.
You don't need to, I don't need any more. I already had a bunch of those. I had one today. Here we go.
so good, I gotta buy some more of these. Some kind of pizza to eat anymore, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you
For what?
for letting me eat one of these.
Oh, sorry. I
Eat the
ate
whole
some.
thing.
Sorry, I ate so many.
No. We'll get some more tomorrow.
Needless to say, I'm not even gonna put this one up on the fantasy football website. So I just wanted to do one just to say we did it. This was awful.
You sure you don't want me to save you one piece?
Positive.
Well, I will.
No, you have it.
No.
I feel bad because I've eaten so many of those already.
I wouldn't feel bad. Why would you feel bad?
Alright, 10 more minutes. Probably time for just 2 more songs. If we're lucky.
You sure? I'll buy some more tomorrow.
Go for it. I'm not going to eat anymore. I've had my quota of food for the day anyways.
What'd you have? Just pizza?
No, I ate other shit too.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I ate the other Kobe burger that was left over.
That's okay.
And I also had ice cream. And I ate the rest of those chips.
That's okay. I ate the whole fucking pizza. I shouldn't have did that. Oh well. I had my fix now. I'll buy some more. Next time I'm not gonna eat the whole pizza.
Why? I ate multiple whole pizzas.
Yeah, but you're a lot younger than I am. I don't need to eat the whole pizza. I'm like fat already.
Oh, looks like a new playlist kit. Sweet.
Recycling.
So you. Oh, I heard that. I think that registered on camera.
God, the last day of summer today, and look what a crappy day it was.
Oh, that sucks.
I know. Thanks, Chris.
Oh,
I
stop
should
it.
have saved you some.
You didn't need to. I'm glad you ate that pizza.
No, I should have ate the whole goddamn thing. I was craving pizza. I'll buy some more tomorrow.
Boy, oh boy.
Oh well. No reason to feel guilty, I already did it. That's it.
Oh, nothing stinks it up more than a slow Bryan Adams song. D minor. Look into my eyes and you will see what you mean to me. Such a heart, such a soul. And when you find me there, you'll search no more. Don't tell me it's not worth trying for. You can't tell me it's not worth dying for. You know it's true. Everything I do it for you. Look into your heart and you will find there's nothing left to hide. Take me as I am, take my life. I would give it all, I would sacrifice. Don't tell me it's not worth fighting for. I can't help it, there's nothing I want more. You know it's true. Everything I do it for you. There's no love like your love, and no other could give more love. There's no way unless you're there all the time, all the way, yeah. D minor into your heart, baby, yeah. Oh, you can't tell me it's not worth trying for. I can't help it, there's nothing I want more. Yeah, I'd fight for you, I'd lie for you, walk the wire for you. Yeah, I'd die for you. You know it's true. Everything I do, oh, I do it for you. Off, 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 off. song, but this has just been a disaster and a monstrosity all the way through. So I don't know what to say, but I'll be glad when it's over.
I'm glad when what's over.
This show,
Why?
because it wasn't good.
Oh, what was wrong with it?
Mom, it's not over yet.
Oh. Sorry. There's gonna be 100 people at the party. Quite a few people. Must be nice to be that popular. I don't think I could round up 100 people to come to a party for me. Do you?
No way.
Huh?
No, I couldn't even get 20.
To come for me?
For me.
No, I said for me.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
I don't think so. Okay. Out of the fridge, dumbass.
Still waiting for that shit.
I'm waiting for the jealous phone. Did I bought? I don't know how to turn them on though.
Oh, cool. What is it?
Sticks with lights?
Those are nice.
Yeah. I don't know how to keep them on though.
What do you mean?